Hi, everyone. I'm Ronnie.
And I'm Jessica.
And you're listening to Clean With Me,
the podcast where we walk you through cleaning your house.
Hey guys, if you're listening to this right now, you're probably sitting down and trying to get yourself to clean and you're putting it off because you don't want to. So this is your sign and this is me telling you just start cleaning. I want you guys to open windows, light candles, get ready for the day, throw your hair in a bun, and we are going to get this house clean. While you guys are getting ready for your clean, don't forget to start out by doing a load of laundry. I like to do a laundry switch and start a load. That way, by the time I'm done with my cleaning session, I can switch the laundry and sit down and fold my clothes. You guys that have been listening for a while know that I've been starting my cleaning sessions with a laundry switch. So let's go ahead and do that. And while you're doing that, I'm just going to talk to you guys today about how the first week of school has been going and things that have been working for me, the days that didn't go so well, what didn't work for me, and how I'm staying motivated. So just be doing the laundry switch while I talk, and then when you're done doing that, let's go ahead and start with pre-rinsing the dishes. Okay, so first I want to talk about what didn't work for me. So I had a couple of days where I didn't get nearly anything done, and I was really beating myself up about it because my kids were in school and I didn't have anything going on the days that I wasn't getting stuff done. And then the busy days where I had a bunch of stuff going on, I got way more done. So I was like, okay, let's reevaluate, sit down, think about why you didn't get anything done on this day. And this is why. So before I explain, go ahead and start, like I said, pre-rinsing your dishes. If you have any pots, pans, anything that is going to be hard to clean, let's go ahead and fill that with hot soapy water and let it soak while we're doing our other smaller stuff. That way, by the time we get to it, it'll be ready to clean. Okay, so for the first day, one of the days that I didn't get anything done, I decided that I was going to work on a project. And is this a money-making project that I'm working on? Yes. Was it technically something productive? Yes. But instead of knocking out my cleaning really quickly in the morning and then working on the project for the rest of the day, I decided that I was like, oh, this is productive. You know, it's working on something. I'm technically working, so I'm just going to wait and then clean after I'm done with this project I'm working on because it was a funner project than cleaning. So I told myself, okay, at 1 o'clock, I'm going to start cleaning, right? 1 o'clock came. I'm like, well, I'm really deep into this project. I'm going to wait till 1:30. 1:30 came, and then 2 came, and then I started cleaning, and then it was a lot more than I thought it was, so then I didn't get nearly anything done. And then because I had started so late, things kept coming up. I'm like, well, I didn't pull anything out for dinner, I didn't do this, I didn't do that. So then I didn't get anything done that day at all, and it was kind of a stressful night and a stressful morning the following day because I just was behind and I was playing catch up. And the next day, although I did clean and do my chores and everything, I had to do a lot of, like I said, catch up because I had let the house really go and then the kids came home and it just got worse from there. So I didn't really get to do any major deep cleaning or cleaning the back rooms or anything that I wanted to do because I had to just do a lot of maintenance cleaning just to get it back to square one. And just keep working on those dishes while I talk. The next time I had, and you guys, I am not perfect. And it may seem, I know you guys know I'm not perfect. You listen to the podcast. But it may seem like I have maybe a tiny bit of myself put together. I am not put together at all. And I still, even though I am able to kind of self-reflect and think about why I'm having the problems, I still make mistakes pretty often. I mean, how many days of school has there been? Like 6 or something. And at least 3 of those were fails. But I say 3, more like too. But I had more positive days than bad days. And the reason for that is because I did do the self-reflection and I thought about why they were stressful and why I didn't get anything done those days. So the second day that I did not get anything done, and we're starting negative, I'm going to start with, end with on a positive note on what I did the good days. So the second bad day, I have been getting up really, really early, right? And when school first started for the kids, I was having trouble going to sleep because even though I was getting up really early, just my body was used to kind of staying up those few hours at night because that was my quiet time without the kids. But the kids are going to bed at 7:30 is they lay down at 7, but they go to sleep at like 7:30 because we get up really early. But by the time in the past that they went to sleep, because they went to sleep in the summer around 8:30, 9-ish, I would stay up till like 11, 12 or whatever to get my little quiet time without the kids by myself. Well, I have quiet time when they're at school, and not only that, they go to bed really early, so I don't need to be staying up that late, but my internal clock was off. So anyway, long story short is I was getting up at like 4:30 or whatever to make lunches and all that stuff because I was doing it the night before, but then once I fixed my schedule, I liked getting up early. But the day that I did not do anything, it's because I dropped them off at school, came back, and I went back to sleep and took a nap. And it really just messed up my entire day. I did not want to do anything. It was only like a 30-minute nap maybe after I dropped the kids off at like 7:30-ish. And it just made me tired and not want to do anything. And I just wanted to lay around and play on my phone. And you might be able to do that, but when I laid back down, my brain was like, you're not doing anything today. And I've always kind of been like that. If I sleep at all during the day, even if it's a day off, Saturday, whatever, if my husband goes to sleep during the day and I lay down with him or something, I'm just not productive at all. So that's just how I am personally. If I lay down, take a nap, it just makes me groggy and gross. So I thought it would be okay because it was still like morning time or whatever, and I didn't have to do anything until like 8:30, 9-ish, and then no, it just made me really sleepy. So again, it's important to know yourself, know your limits, and we don't always learn the first time we do something. You have to self-reflect. You have to think about it. But the first time I took a nap and I wasn't productive, I was like, oh, it's just a lazy day. But then I've realized now after doing it so many times, which I'm not really a nap person and this is why, but I've done it enough times in my life where I know, okay, if I lay down before doing all my stuff, I just am useless for the day. Keep working on those dishes, and I'm going to talk more about the good days that I was cleaning really well. Okay, so I'm going to start while you guys are finishing up on those dishes, I'm going to start talking to you about the days that I was on track and good and what I have started implementing into my daily routine. So I talk about this all the time, but I function better with a very strict schedule. In my head, I was thinking, in the past, like, I don't want to be one of those boring people with these really strict schedules and blah, 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 blah. But that's the only way I can function. I am so scatterbrained and so all over the place and have such trouble focusing. If I do not have a very strict, this is what I do at this time, this is what I do at this time, this is what I do at this time schedule, just everything gets all jumbled and I don't have a plan and it's just not good for me at all. So I've done exactly that. I have a really strict schedule where I get up really early, and I was making my kids' lunches in the evening before bed, so I didn't have to get up early in the morning, and my husband's lunch and whatever. And this is very specific to me, of course, but one, I hear my husband get up in the morning for work. So and it's like 30 minutes before I have to get up to get the kids ready and stuff. So I'm already getting up really early, and I'm like, why? That's plenty of time for me to do everything, make my lunch, whatever. And I'm like 1,000 times more productive when I'm getting up early when he's going to work and making the lunches and everything in the morning. I'm just more likely to clean it up, more likely to keep the momentum going. And then I go to bed earlier because I'm so tired at night. I actually fall asleep easier, and I was having trouble falling asleep before. Now I have no problem. I'm so exhausted at the end of the night. I pass right out after cleaning up everything and laying out the kids' clothes. I knock right out and go to sleep. If you're done with your dishes, let's go ahead and start throwing away trash and putting things away on your countertops and just clearing space to wipe down. If you are not done, just keep working on your dishes. No worries. I'm just going to keep talking. Do whatever is the most needed in your house, but I'm going to start talking about wiping down now. So I always start with trash, one end of the kitchen to the other, and then I start one end of the kitchen to the other, all the way to the dining room, just putting stuff away, miscellaneous things that don't belong, or toasters, anything that needs to go inside a cabinet. Don't forget to throw away anything in your fridge that is old or left over, and you can include the fridge in your wipe down as well to maintain it. And while you guys are picking up and wiping down your kitchen and dining room, I'm just going to keep talking. So, talking is my favorite activity after all. I am a jabberjaws for sure. But like I was saying, another thing that has really worked for me, the days that I really just kicked butt and I got everything done. And, we're never going to feel like we fully got everything in the world done. But you need to learn to just kind of be proud of what you accomplished. On a day that you got way more done than any other day, be proud of yourself for that. There's always going to be something to do. There's always going to be another chore to be done. There's always going to be, the house could be immaculate and you could be like, well, I haven't cleaned my baseboards in a while. The cleaner your house is, the more you notice that needs to be cleaned. And that is a good thing in the way that you're going to be deep cleaning more once you're on top of your maintenance cleaning and stuff. And the more of a clean slate you start out with, the more deep cleaning you can do and stuff and organization. So it's good in that way. But don't ever beat yourself up about, well, I got all this stuff done, but I still have stuff to do. There's always something to do. There's always more laundry. There's always something to do. I had a friend say one time, I think she put it on Facebook or something. She said, does it irritate anybody else when you're all caught up on your laundry and then you're wearing dirty clothes and your kids are wearing dirty clothes, so you're not really caught up on laundry? And I was like, wow, to be that caught up on laundry, I would be ecstatic, because I don't think I've ever had every bit of my laundry done. I mean, I have, but it's rare. I just thought it was silly that she said that, but my main thought was, wow, good for her. But yeah, there's always going to be something else. So make sure that we are giving ourselves enough credit when we kick butt, when we do a really awesome job cleaning, when we wake up to a clean house and we were kind to ourselves the night before and we did all of the things and we cleaned the dinner mess and we got everything. We are developing better habits. Be even more proud of yourself when you're doing it multiple days in a row. Because if you are keeping up with stuff multiple days in a row, then like I said, you're getting more of those bonus chores done. You're getting more of your work done. You're getting more of non-cleaning things done that you need to do. Whatever it may be, maintenancing your car. This is your sign, guys. Change your oil. Talking to myself right here. Maintenance your car, whatever the case may be. I say that so much, whatever the case may be. I get sidetracked pretty often too and talk about things I'm talking about. Anyway, the point is, you'll have time to do all that stuff if you're not stressing about cleaning and if you're caught up on cleaning. And quick pause from what I'm talking about because I can go on for hours about anything. If you're done wiping down, let's go ahead and do a spot sweep in your kitchen and dining room. Make sure we're getting all of the crumbs. And I say spot sweep because I do another major sweep and mop and everything after our cleaning session. But I just like to sweep up just the stuff that was thrown on the ground, crumbs and stuff, major stuff. That way I am not tracking it throughout my house. And then once you're finished with that, let's go ahead and move on to the living area and do a pickup trash first, starting from one end of the room to the next to the other side, and then picking up any miscellaneous stuff and putting it away, making sure we're clearing surfaces, wiping down your couch. Don't forget to get underneath your cushions. Do a quick vacuum underneath your cushions, underneath your couch if that needs to be cleaned. I like to do that pretty regularly to keep up with it because of the kids and stuff. So just be working on knocking out that living area, and I'm going to keep talking about things that have been helping me. So yeah, you'll have a lot more time. And something that whenever I am doing a really good job, or I'm struggling and I want to start doing a good job, cleaning and keeping up with everything, I try to give myself incentives like, for example, you would do it for your kids. Like if you clean your room every day for a week, you get allowance. If you clean your room really, really well and organize all your clothes, you get $5, or you get a drink at Sonic, or a smoothie, or whatever the case is. Well, it may sound silly, but it works for me. I mean, I do the same thing for myself. And this is going to be very specific to you. Whatever you look forward to, maybe it's like a Chick-fil-A sandwich, or maybe it's a Starbucks coffee, or maybe it's, for me right now, it's fall decorations. I'm being obsessive about it. I tend to like hyperfixate on stuff. And right now I'm hyperfixated on fall decorations. And the reason I'm focused on that, and it's so big in my cleaning incentives, I like to have my house clean whenever I have new decorations and stuff, and you don't enjoy that kind of thing without having your house clean. So I know that if I use getting new decorations or whatever as a tool to motivate me to clean, that I'm going to be more likely to do it, and it's going to be a really good way to motivate me. And it doesn't have to be anything that costs money. If you're thinking, well, I don't have money to go get a Starbucks coffee or whatever, maybe it's just doing something. Like if you clean the house really, really well today, you can spend some time doing some self-care, or watch your favorite movie, or go to a park, or go somewhere you enjoy. Do something that you have been wanting to do that you haven't had the time to do. Set some time aside for that. But only allow yourself to do it if you get your chores knocked out at a certain time. So I started doing this. Like, for example, I wasn't really sure if I wanted to talk about it, but I'm trying to make a children's book. So I've been working on the illustrations and stuff, which is technically work. That's what I was talking about earlier when I was like, oh, I'm technically working. Well, it's more of a fun project. Yes, technically it will be a more productive thing than just watching a TV show or something, but it's still something fun that I look forward to doing, that I need to get my chores done and everything done first before I get to it. So I've been using that. Like if I get all my stuff clean and done by the time it's 11 or 10 or whatever the time is, then the rest of the day I can spend on that until a couple hours before it's time to get the kids or whatever. And then I do a quick little cleanup, spruce up of whatever I'm doing, whether that's cleaning up the markers or the drawing stuff or just pulling stuff out for dinner. And if you're done picking up your living area, don't forget to wipe down your windows with some Windex and your mirrors and just surfaces. I have a lot of mirrors in my living room and a big window, and they get little kid fingerprints on them all the time, and I often neglect it. I'm sitting in my living room right now recording this, and definitely my mirrors need some TLC. And if you're done with your living area, let's go ahead and move on to the guest restroom. If you're not, no worries. Let's just go ahead and finish that up. But I'm going to move on to the guest restroom, and it just needs to be straightened. We're not going to do a deep clean, but let's go ahead and if there's anything on the floor, let's pick that up and put it in the laundry basket. If there's a laundry basket in there that needs to go to the dirty clothes laundry room, wherever you keep your dirty clothes, let's go ahead and put that in there. That way they can be washed. My husband likes to keep his work clothes and everything separate, so he has a special laundry basket in our bathroom. It's kind of his bathroom, the master bathroom. I just kind of leave that for him, and then me and the girls use the other restroom because we have 2 restrooms. Because in our old house we only had 1 restroom, and in the house before that we only had 1 restroom. So I kind of just like to give him that because everybody has their things that they are important to them, and his comfort thing is that his restroom is free of toys, has clean towels, whatever. It's really important to him. Mine is my bed. I like to have my bed nice and comfortable and clean sheets and everything. I mean, that's probably most people's, but my non-negotiable comfort thing is my bed, so I always make sure that's too good, and for him it's the restroom. So my kids make a mess when they clean the restroom, which is what we're straightening right now. So I call it a guest restroom, but my guest restroom is where me and the kids are most of the time, so it's usually the dirtiest for sure. But again, I get off track so easily. The point being, he uses that restroom, so he has a laundry basket in there, a special laundry basket, where he keeps all of his work clothes and all of his clothes. And because I'm not using it regularly, I have to make sure that when I'm making my rounds and doing my straightening, because I call it a laundry chute. My mom didn't know why I was calling that, because she calls laundry chutes when there's like an upper level and you shoot clothes down, and that is what it is. But I have these cabinets. I have 2 of them in my house. It's an older house, and basically it has like a little cabinet door that opens outward, and you can put laundry in through the little hole, and you have a laundry basket inside of the cabinet to collect the clothes. I call it a laundry chute. Anyway, it's out of sight, out of mind is the point. So I don't always think about his laundry basket, so I have to make it a point when I'm doing my restroom straightening. I'll be like, okay, make sure you're getting his clothes and putting them in the laundry room, because they're separate from everybody's and I don't use it regularly. So obviously that's a specific situation, but if you have a version of that maybe you have is maybe your kids have a hamper in their room that's just their clothes, or you just need to collect your hampers around the house. Maybe you have one in the restroom for everybody. And then after you're done with clothes, any kind of beauty products, anything that's left out on the counter, let's go ahead and put those away. Straighteners, hair dryers, anything that was left out. When you get new products, get rid of something old instead of just accumulating. For example, I took my kids to the dentist yesterday, and I kind of was like, okay, I'm not doing enough with my teeth, so I bought like a special new toothbrush with all these attachments and stuff. And the point is, since I got all that stuff and got a new toothbrush and everything, all the old toothbrushes, and I got them new toothbrushes too, so all the old ones need to get thrown out. I do keep one extra for like each person in the family in a drawer put away for like emergencies or trips, or if they're spending the night with my mom or something, because my mom and dad come and stay in hotels sometimes, because my dad gets one for work. He works in the area, and so sometimes they'll spend the night with them so they can play in the hotel or whatever. So I allow one extra, but we don't need a bunch of toothbrushes that are old and have seen better days, so those need to get tossed. And this could be applied to makeup, beauty products, you only need so many heat styling tools. Luckily I have 4 girls, 2 of which are teenagers. So I give all my old heating products to the girls, or I offer them to them first. And if they don't want them, then I will donate them or toss them if they don't work very well. Because you know how it is, if you get a new, like, for example, I got that Revlon round brush hair dryer thing, and I use that. My hair's short, so I use that a lot more often than a regular hair dryer, but my big kids have really long, beautiful, thick hair, so they use a regular hair dryer when they do blow dry. So that would be an example of out with the old and with the new kind of a thing. Everything should have a place, and if you don't have a place for everything, then you have too much stuff or not enough storage containers. I also have a mesh bag that I keep in the kids' the hallway bathroom for toys, because I have bath toys, plenty of bath toys, but they also bring stuff into the bath that they're not supposed to. You know, dolls, whatever, things that get wet and get sopping wet, and you have to leave them in the bathtub. Another reason why they don't take showers and baths in my restroom, because their dad doesn't want to trip over 80 dolls. So in the guest restroom, I don't want dolls all over the restroom in there either, especially when my teenagers are here. So I have this mesh bag. It's a laundry bag, one of those mesh laundry bags, and I hang it up in the restroom and put all their toys in there until they dry. And then every few days I will purge the bag and get all of the stuff that is dried, baby dolls and stuff, and put that back in their room in their toy box once it's dry, and then just leave the actual bath toys in there so it doesn't get too overwhelming and huge. And even though we're just doing a straighten, it's still good to do a little wipe down and a little clean of the inside of the toilet. If you want to throw some bleach in the toilet and let it sit for a minute, go ahead and do that and let it sit while we're doing our other wiping down. If you just want to give it a once over with the toilet brush, you could do that as well. I really like the disposable toilet brush things just because I get really grossed out. I mean, everybody I'm sure does. It's just the reusable ones are cheaper, obviously, and you could put like a little bit of bleach at the bottom of the thing and clean it. But especially when I had like really small kids, when my kids were babies and they would touch stuff, I didn't like having the reusable toilet brush bowl cleaner thing anywhere near the bathroom, and you use it a lot, so it's just nice to have the disposable ones. So anyway, once you're done clearing everything, putting everything away, getting all the laundry out of there, toys up, let's go ahead and just spray the windows with some Windex, clean that off, and then work your way down, wiping sinks, countertops, cabinets, any kind of splatter like that, and then moving to the toilet last. Give it a good wipe down. I like using the disinfecting wipes, and then give it a once over with a toilet brush on the inside, and then give it a flush. It'll be good to go. And we're nearing the end of the episode, so I just want to remind you guys, if you did a load of laundry, let's go ahead and check that and do a laundry switch and put those clothes in a laundry basket on the couch so you can put your feet up and fold those after we're done with the floors. Don't forget to take out your trash and replace the liner if that needs to be done. I like to take out all my trashes at the same time, usually, so I will take out my kitchen trash and then my bathroom trash, and then I'll replace all the liners, and then I will do all the floors. So don't forget to do your kitchen floor, dining room floor, living room floor, whatever they are. Mine's all hardwood floors or laminate or whatever you want to call it. So I do a sweep and mop of each room. And don't forget the restroom. And if you still have that momentum going and you want to do your bedrooms, my mom did an awesome episode on Monday about bedrooms, so go ahead and check that out if you still have some momentum and you want to go ahead and clean your bedrooms. And if you already listened to that one, we have 5 years worth of episodes. Go back, look for a bedroom episode. You can go on the website and they're in categories, and or you can just look for one and keep on cleaning along. Chances are there's probably one that you haven't heard for a while. Thank you guys so much for listening. I hope you got something out of it. I know this one was kind of a rambling, but I hope you got something out of it. And as always, happy cleaning, guys.